Well, time now to get more on the situation in Libya, and we're joined via Skype by Saka Al-Makhadhi, who's a British Arab journalist based in London. Morning to you. Well, Gaddafi came to power through a military coup over 40 years ago. Could this be the end for him?
I think things are looking very, very difficult for Gaddafi at the moment. I think one of the interesting things was that it was his son who chose to go on television last night and not him himself. There were rumours swirling, many rumours on the internet, mainly because we can't get any verifiable information out of Libya. Rumours that he himself had fled, rumours that Saif al-Islam Gaddafi had been shot. We heard of at least 2 political defections, diplomatic defections last night. So we really see a regime in turmoil. Is it the end for Gaddafi? Well, these are the first time the protests have spread to the capital, Tripoli. We've seen protests in Benghazi earlier in the month, and we've seen them also over the years. But to see them in the capital, the regime's stronghold, really is quite telling.
So just how organised is the opposition? You mentioned about Colonel Gaddafi's son, Saif, and his rather rambling speech that he gave on state TV overnight, but it's very clear that he's using fear as well as calling for calm.
Absolutely. I mean, it does seem to be the argument of last resort. You know, it's either you keep us or the country's going to descend into civil war and chaos. We saw Hosni Mubarak of Egypt using this argument. We saw Zine al-Abidine Ben Ali of Tunisia using that argument as well just before they were forced to flee from power. So it does seem like the regime is weakening, and it seems like a very strange argument to use that same claim that these 2 fallen dictators also led. As for any organised opposition, there are no organised opposition parties, but, you know, really these revolutions across the region haven't been spurred on by organised political parties. They've just been spontaneous uprisings. And that spontaneous uprising started in Benghazi, which has always been kind of isolated from the regime. It's the country's second city. It's been economically isolated. It's seen a kind of Islamist uprising in the last few decades. So that was always going to be the first place to rise up. To see this happening in Tripoli is very, very unusual. And it's also telling that it happened very late in the day. It only started to happen yesterday. So this does seem like the regime is losing its grip on power.
OK, Saka Al-Makhadhi, thanks very much for that update. Well, back to